Shithousers out. What's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Good morning, folks. It's the AM. Yeah, it is the AM. Good morning, folks. How's it going? We're here for a video to discuss the latest goings on at Manchester United and the latest shithousery from our owners, the Glazers. So we're also going to get into the latest United news in this video as well. But do us a favour at the start of this show, folks, at the start of the stream, and smash that like button, give it a juicy little thumbs up, drop a like on it, share it around on social media, and subscribe if you're new and have your say in the chat. Good morning, everybody who's in here. Eddie's Football Waffle, what's going on, my friend? Mark Harris, how you doing, you Don? Winter's Wrath, Deborah, Brave, Earthane, Stephen, ZX Flames, Old Dirty Benjo, Ricardo, J King, Peter Bright, MUFC fan, Maestro, Miz, Say No More, and everybody else as well. Thank you for joining us for today's show. We've got plenty to get into. Do us a favour, as I say at the start, smash a like on it, share it around, and get yourself involved in the chat. Fully interactive show, so we'll be dipping in and out of the live chat, seeing what you legends got to say for yourselves. So making sure it's a good one. Hey there, Rushy. Hey, we got a super chat straight off from Marky Harris, bro. Thank you very much for the super chat there, dude. He says, all in black, baby. Arteta settings. Sexy. Hashtag Arteta in. Anyway, thank you, Mark Harris, dude. I appreciate that. Can we get a sue in the chat for him? Hey there, Clement and Rush Marno and all the legends as well. Thank you so much for being here. Right, I guess we're going to start off with the toxic gash owners of this football club continuing to do what they do, which is siphon money out of this football club in any which way they can to just obviously profit themselves and hurt Manchester United and not really give a shit and just suck money out of this club, guys. That's what all they've been doing since day one, really. It's all they're interested in. Like we've said a million times before, this is not a passion project for them. They're not fans of Manchester United. They don't give a toss about Manchester United. It's a cash cow. It's a money grab. It's a vehicle for them to make money. That's all they're interested in. That's why the club is still in £560 million worth of debt. That's why the football club is in 6th place in the league and hasn't signed a single damn player this season. That's why they're potentially taking out £11 million in dividends today when we haven't signed a bastard player, guys. That's the sort of people we're dealing with. They're absolute scum. There's no other word for it, folks. I mean, hashtag Glazers out straight away at the start of the show. Let's get it raining down in the live chat and keep them coming, guys, because we need to address this situation more and more. The more we talk about it, hopefully, the more it can have some sort of an impact. And when I say we talk about it, I don't mean me. I mean we as fans, everybody trying to get this to the forefront. This Glazers out, sell Man United vibe that we need to put out there, we need to continue with, that needs to not go away just because they do sign a couple of players in a few days' time, whatever it may be, if they can even do so. It needs to never go away, guys. It has to be a hostile environment for them. It has to be a not as profitable situation as it possibly could be. That's the way it has to be. The fans have to talk with their feet. They have to talk with their wallets. They have to, guys, because otherwise they're just going to continue this cycle of milking this cash cow dry until it is dry, until it is barren, until it's just a carcass and they can move on to the next one. That's really what it is. They're vultures, guys. They're fucking vultures circling Man United. And as soon as this carcass is dead, they're going to go in for the swoop, and that's when they'll cut their losses. But right now, they're still milking that. There's still meat on the bones. Right now, there's still meat on the bones. So we, obviously as fans, we know the situation. We know that they're scum. I mean, we've got this situation where we are so much in debt, and they're taking out another 11 million quid. Now, 11 million quid on the face of it, it's not a huge amount of money for a club like United, is it? That's what that's what happens. You have dividends paid out to shareholders, but it's dividends. Dividends, it's usually for profit, okay? And I don't care if Manchester United are technically in profit. We know that the debt went up another 50 or 60 million this year, for fuck's sake. So all they've done is reallocate debts for Manchester United to essentially, balance the books to the point where they can even justify doing any bullshit like this. We know that we've gone up in debt this year. We've gone up £60 million in debt this year, guys, and we've also not signed a bastard player. We finished 6th. We're on the back of our worst season in the Premier League ever, basically, and they think it's okay to take 11 million quid out the football club, and it's to all shareholders, right? Guess what? They're the majority fucking shareholders. So all this money, it's going mostly to them bastards. And they think it's okay to do that. So it's just wrong timing. There's a time and a place for paying out dividends. It's when things are going extremely well, when there is profits, of course, when there are, successes. That's when you pay out dividends. These guys just pay out dividends every 6 months because they own the football club and they're trying to milk us dry. In reality, if a shareholder, if these collective shareholders really give a toss, and especially the big wigs at Manchester United, then they would be reinvesting this money into Manchester United right now when we desperately need it. So whichever way you look at it, guys, it leaves a bad taste in the mouth. I mean, we've got some, it's got like Gary Neville tweeted this morning. He's up at 5:51 a.m. there, and he says, finally, Man United, can you confirm whether the Glazer family are taking 11 million in dividends today, please? Morning, attack the day, communicate to every Tory MP. Enough is enough. And he also went, there's a post by Sky Sports earlier on, I don't know if you saw it, just saying that Christian Eriksen is choosing between Brentford and Man United. And that's what Gary Neville's tweeted about. He says that's why dividends have to stop for a period. Every penny has to go back into the club until it becomes an attractive a proposition again. The club has become a graveyard for players. Culturally, for owners to take money out of a poorly performing business is demoralising. It's disgusting, isn't it? Could you imagine, I guess it does happen. I'm sure it happens with a lot of corrupt bastards all over the land. But could you imagine, I don't know, you're working in some mum and pop shop and you're having a fucking bad year. And, it doesn't really work with a mum and pop shop because I'm talking, it needs to be a business where there's shares and stuff. But any business where you're having a really bad year, you've lost 100 million. And it's not a time that you take out money from the business, is it? There's time that you need to knuckle down, reinvest to try and make next year better. Really the definition of dividends. Let me read the definition of dividends to you here, guys. A dividend is a distribution of profits by a corporation to its shareholders. When a corporation earns a profit or surplus, it is able to pay a proportion of the profit as a dividend to shareholders. Any amount is not distributed is taken to be reinvested in the business, called retained earnings. Well, in that case, it should be 100% reinvested in retained earnings then. There shouldn't be... Where's this surplus or this profit that we so-called got? We might make a shitload of cash in terms of TV deals, but we know how much we've lost recently. We know how much we've lost. We know how much we've added in terms of debt to the football club. So it's just restructuring of the money here. It's not legit profit. It's not legit. We haven't paid any money after what we've got in terms of debts. It's such a frustrating situation. Anyway, it's over 500 million. I think it's over 550 million there, Compost Smurf. And yeah, it's an actual disgrace, mate. Does anyone know how much the debt is? I believe it's 550. That's what I believe it is. Francois Coq, thank you for getting in here. Hope you're doing well, lad. Everybody, thank you for joining us. We've got over 100 legends in here today. Good morning, folks. Do us a favor. We're nearly at 50 likes. We can do better than that. Let's have a little cheeky little like spike. Let's get this to 100 likes. Do give it a share around. Hashtag Glazers out. Give it a share on Twitter with the hashtag Glazers out, and let's spread the word around. These shithousers need to do better. I mean, there may well be confirmation. If I was the Glazers right now, based on what's going on with this PR nightmare, I mean, it's an absolute shitstorm, this transfer window so far alone. Okay, Ten Hag may well be waiting to get Jong. We're working on that. We don't want to get bent over. But it's pathetic, the lack of movement we've done in all areas in this window. So just from a PR standpoint, for public relations, surely they should make some sort of a public statement, some sort of announcement now, officially, through official channels here, i.e. on the website, and say that on this occasion, Manchester United shareholders, and, we're not going to take the money out of the football club because, let's face it, this needs to be retained within the football club in order to reinvest and make the football club better this year, in a year that we have done the worst we've done in the whole Premier League era. So for those reasons, it's just a really bad timing from them. I would have thought their PR team would have been a little bit more clued up with this and would have actually nipped it in the bud pretty quickly. But there you go. I mean, it does seem like there will be £11 million taken out. I'm waiting for some sort of confirmation that it's, that it's happened, or that they've maybe said that it's not going to happen. Like we said, Gary Neville tweeted them this morning directly at Manchester United and said, can you confirm whether the Glazer family are taking £11 million in dividends today, please? So it's a very serious situation because it just shows you the lack of support that they have for this actual football club. It's all about the money to them. How can they justify taking money out when they're in a position where the club is performing so badly and we've also gone up significantly in debt in the last calendar year alone? How can they take money out, guys? It's an absolute disgrace. Let's look at the live chat for a few seconds, guys. We're going to get, before we continue with the latest that we've got on this, let's just jump into the live chat, see some of your thoughts and reaction. Good morning there, Tad Bakes. It says, can you cheer me up, Pig? Many thanks, chap. Cheer you up? I don't know if I can cheer you up, mate, because I'm feeling depressed and gashed as well, just like a lot of you are, about how poorly our football club is run and how gashed this transfer window has been, and just the fact that our owners clearly are the worst owners in the league. You know, we are, you know, Mike Ashley was a better owner than what we've got, guys. And that's saying something. He was a fucking better owner than what we got. We have got, okay, they might have spent money on the face of it, but it's so unbelievably poor how they spent that money. And it's just very unconvincing, the overall management of the football club. You know, we have continued to languish and fail to perform. I mean, Neil Warnock's tweeted out last night, for Pete's sake, and said it's going to take at least 3 years for Man United to sort out the chaos. Steve McLaren talks about the club. What a mess it sounds like there. Lack of leadership for a decade. Crazy, really, that one of the biggest clubs in the world can get it so wrong for so long now. And it is unbelievable that a club like United, with its support and its commercial success and just the giant and the Goliath of the club that it is quite unbelievable that they've been mismanaged so badly over the last decade. But it's no surprise when you've had a lack of football men and making the key decisions. Upstairs, you've just got a bunch of wanky bankers working for the Glazers to make them money. That's no surprise, is it? Hey, we got a super chat here from Mark Harris again, mate. Thank you for the super chat. He says, thank you, no Frankie de Bentos talk. Get in, Ralph. No Frankie de Bentos talk. Frankie the Frey Bentos lover. Thank you very much there, Mark Harris, for your super chat, lad. There's a little bit we got on that, but not much. Thank you very much for getting in here, Mark Harris. I really appreciate you for another super chat. Nathan says, people say fans should stop going, but it won't happen, unfortunately. Fans are consumers, easily replaceable, says Nathan Best. Yeah, fair point. I mean, this is it, right? Okay, but really, not being funny, but really, if you really want to hit them where it hurts, then you don't go to games. Sorry to say. You don't buy the merch. You don't pay the MUTV subscription. I'm sorry to say, but that's obviously what they're making some money from. So, okay, it's one thing to protest and it's one thing to say Glazers out, but also, I was about actually not giving them money. Do you know what I mean? That's really what it is, because that's the only thing they care about, guys. If there's another way where you could continue to buy the merch and continue to buy all that and continue to do that stuff, where you could also hurt them financially, then fine. There are other ways you could do that, like people contacting the sponsors and things like this. But I'm sorry to say, it's got to that point now where it has to be as unattractive a proposition as them as possible, i.e. the profits go down. If the profits are going down year on year for them, it's not good for the football club, is it? But as soon as they've gone, it'll be great for the football club. And if it becomes a situation where it's less profitable for them in the short term, they'll be much more likely to sell it to somebody for not a huge amount of money as well, especially if it is, in a situation where we are not making as much money. So I think that it only stands to reason, guys. Listen, I'm not telling people to give up their season tickets or stuff like that. You know, season tickets are hard to come by, right? I'm just saying, you don't have to buy the merch. You don't have to pay the subscription. You don't even have to have Sky Sports and all that shite that contributes to it if you really want to make a statement, right? But we all love and support. We want to watch the games. You want to go and support your team. It's not the team that you got a problem with. This is what I always say to people as well. It's a double-edged sword because people want to watch the team. People love supporting the team. It's not the players. It's not the team that you don't have, that you've got the major problem with. Okay, the players have been shit, but the major problem is with the ownership of this football club. So, you know, it's like you want to support the team. You want to be entertained. End of the day, it's a form of entertainment as well. And that's why that's why a lot of people are tuning in every single week, because it does entertain them. And so, unfortunately, to tell them to stop doing that, it is a little bit much. But if you really want to hurt them where it hurts, then that's in the pocket. And the only way to hurt them in the pocket is to stop giving them money. I'm sorry to say, guys. So there you go. But guys, how much do you think Manchester United is worth in terms of value right now? So the stocks are at the lowest they've been for a while. We are in a bad period. We are sixth in the league for the last season. It seems nobody wants to come to us. We can't sign the top players. I mean, we've got a situation where Christian Eriksen is choosing between Manchester United and Brentford. That's the situation we're in. So, we can't exactly attract the best players. It's obviously a bad time for United. How much do you think we're worth on the open market if there was to be an offer to come into the Glazers? How much do you think it takes to buy this football club? I mean, surely there's got to be some fat cat billionaire with a cheeky little 4 billion lying around who just wants to buy this football club. I think 4 billion quid buys this football club, guys. I don't think it takes a huge amount of money. Well, 4 billion, you know what I mean? But when I mean, like, some people think it's going to be like 5, 6 billion. I don't think so. I think, consider the club's in debt. 4 billion chump change. Get the deal done, won't it? It will get the deal done. Hey, thank you to Nathan Best, by the way, for getting a highlighted member comment in here, pal. Appreciate you, dude. He's been a member for 14 months. Let's get a hashtag 14 months in there for Nathan Best. He says 13 months a member and 17 years of pain under the Glazers. Thank you so much, Nathan, mate. And this experience has been much better than the other one, eh? Nathan, thank you so much for supporting the show. Let's get a hashtag 14 in there. And Chopper is in the chat as well, the super chat. Thank you, bro. He says, Glazer Bartos to fans about transfers. Here, no cash, no cash, no cash, Robbo. No cash. Nice one. Thank you very much, Chopper. Yeah, they are like that, mate. They've got no cash, mate. Got no cash. That's exactly it, mate. They're not prepared to give us what we need anyway, it seems, this window anyway. We'll see what happens come the end of the window. But aside from that, even if they do spend the money, look, it's on the face of it, guys. There's so many areas of this football club where we are lacking and we are behind a lot of other teams, right? Whether it's recruitment, whether it's, facilities, stadia. These are all things that we should be at the cutting edge of, at the forefront of. But because of their ownership and their management of this club over the last 17 years, we are lacking in all those areas, folks. I mean, you've got a leaky roof at Old Trafford, for Pete's sakes, guys. It's not the state-of-the-art stadium that it once was. You look at the facilities of, Spurs' new stadium, stuff like this. It's like there is upgrades and there are some sort of, renovations and modernizations that need to take place, right? But it's not been happening because they obviously are just interested in the shop window. They don't care about behind the scenes. They don't care about the staff room, the stock room. They don't care about that. All they care about is the shop window. And in the shop window, they might have Cristiano Ronaldo, who they signed, and Varane and Sancho with 73 million. And they might show us that they're signing big players in the shop window. But we know that they're not doing the correct things behind the scenes. And the commercialization of which they have brought to the club as well is a big source of income for them, and that is why they've got this cash cow, and that's why they want us so much. It's not the fans, really. The fans are making them a huge amount of money from ticket sales, from merch sales, all that stuff as well, subscriptions. But really, their money's coming from TV rights and commercial deals. That's where they're making a shitload of cash from. So they can make a new sponsorship deal with this coffee company or that delivery courier company, whatever it may be, and make a shitload of cash. And just splatter us around all these, advertisings, whore us out all over the place. That's why it's so, I think, important as well. I do agree with what the 1958 supporters group and everything have said, where, you do, it's good to, it's one thing to protest the Glazers, but if you actually make it the point where you stop buying Adidas merch, say, because Adidas are, sponsoring Manchester United, or you stop using DHL, because Adidas are sponsoring Manchester United, and you go, what, that's it. Royal Mail are delivering my packages from now on. You know what I'm saying? And you email them and you tell them the reason why. And if enough people tell them the reason why I'm not using DHL anymore is because it's Glazer shit-arsery, then it just makes it less profitable for everybody. If these sponsors go, it's not such an attractive proposition for us to sponsor Manchester United anymore, then that's only a good thing, because it hits them where it hurts, and where it hurts is in the money, in the pocket. That's where what they care about. And so once it becomes to the point where I think where this football club is just as negative and maybe as bad a situation as it would be, off the pitch and maybe on the pitch too, once they've actually gone, you just know instantly this club's going to come back to life, because it is a sleeping giant of a football club, this one. I mean, the moment that those guys go, it will erupt like a dormant volcano, my friend, and it will cover the townspeople in lava, mate, like Pompeii. It will be an absolute eruption. It will be quite something once we get the proper owners in. I mean, just look at Newcastle. We go back to that point where Newcastle was shackled by Mike Ashley. He might have, cleared them of debts. He might have kept them sort of, out of the red. But he was also lacking in that ambition to take them forward as a football club to the point where really their support deserves. Now you see, there are different owners, and you can say they've got these moral implications, whatever. I'm not interested in that. All I'm saying about is they're obviously going to spend the money. They're looking to try and one day win the Premier League. That's their ambition. That's the key word here. So the new owners have the ambition. The previous owners didn't. We've got owners that don't have the ambition. The moment we do have owners, or an owner, that has the ambition, we will go back to being the best club in the world again pretty much overnight. You know, obviously it take a season or two, but pretty much overnight, guys, if we had the ambition. Because how many clubs can justify spending the money that Manchester United could spend on players as well? I mean, financial fair play and these sorts of things are supposed to mean something. We know what a Goliath Manchester United is. We can compete with anybody if we had the right owners. So it's just about getting these toxic owners out of the football club so we can actually move forward as a club. And until they're gone, we never will be back to where we were. Yeah, we might get fourth. Hey, we might even be able to win a trophy here or there. But I don't see us being in a position where Liverpool are or where City are, where they're in a sustained period of success, where they know that they're going to be adding players every single window, that they're constantly striving to improve in every area. That will not be the situation at Manchester United while they're here, ever. That will never be the situation while the Glazers are in this football club. They might seem like it. They might try and make it look like that's what the case is, but that will never be the case. We know that their motivating factor is money. We know the reason they bought this club with debt money, which should have never been allowed, was just to get this asset to milk it of all its capital, basically. They've taken about, some estimates suggest, around about £1 billion out of this football club in various different ways and means over the years, guys. That's what some estimates say. Allegedly, around about £1 billion since they've had this football club of 17 years. £1 billion they've siphoned and milked out of this football club. I mean, that is absolutely disgusting. And just to have the club for 17 years, the club that makes hundreds of millions of pounds every single season, and to still have us in 560 millions of pounds worth of debt when they bought it for 800 million and had us, I believe, in 800 million's debt to begin with, and only have chipped away at 240 million of that in 17 years is a fucking disgrace. To be fair, you know, that's it. I mean, look at, say, remember when Arsenal bought that stadium? And then they're paying that off for years, and they had to sort of be frugal. Well, we've done that, but we haven't even paid off anything. We've just done that to take money out for the Glazers, basically. So yeah, it's totally unbelievable what they've done, and this situation will never get better while they're here. We just have to get them out of the football club. I hope that somebody comes along, you know, a little cheeky cooperative of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. Ellie, how you doing today? Thank you for getting in. I hope you're good. And Snipes as well. How you doing, bro? Sub 2 flying's in here as well. What's going on? Welcome aboard the Bacon Express, my dude. Hey, Snipes. Dude, oh shit, we got a new member of the channel, Snipes. He's become a member of the Bacon Brigade. Thank you so much to Snipes. Guys, can we get a new member emoji in there? Welcome in, Snipes. Thank you very much for supporting the show, bro. Appreciate that a lot. New member of the channel. Fat Chinese Gaming, how are you doing, bud? He says, even Brighton has an owner that cares for their club more than United, and we are just a small club. Exactly, Fat Chinese Gaming. There's so many football clubs out there who have a much better owner, much better setup than us. So many, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's a lot of the bigger clubs do as well. And that's the problem. United are a huge club with huge support. But I'm sorry, unless we've got owners that can match the ambition of the other top clubs and their owners, we'll always be second best, mate. Or not even second best, fourth best or sixth best is the occasion of last season. Sub 2's got a highlighted member comment in there as well. Thank you, bro. He says, that 11 million wouldn't cover the Glazers' haircuts. Like Spike says, Sub 2. I mean, it would actually, because I don't know if you've seen the Glazers' haircuts, but it looks like they've had it done by Boris Johnson's fucking barber, mate. That's the right shit show. You know, they might be super billionaires, but I tell you what, can't buy you taste and style, can it? Fucking shocking dudes they've got. Anyway, Sub 2, thank you for your highlighted member comment and being a member of this channel for, that's right, 11 months. Let's get a hashtag 11 months in there. Something a bit symbolic about that number today. 11 months, 11 million in dividends that they're taking out. That's disgusting. And another super chat from Mark Harris, dude. He says, Man United only 49-1 to get the chop. Odds checker. Wow, really? That's actually pretty short odds, isn't it? Ellie, thank you so much for putting a link to the channel membership in there. I really appreciate that. I'm going to pin that to the top of the live chat. We've got a bunch of new info coming out, guys. I'm going to get into it in a moment. Just give me a second. But yeah, once again, we're nearly at 100 likes. We're 3 away. Please do show your support to this channel by dropping a like on it. That's all we ask. It's free around here to do so. And it also boosts us up there on YouTube and helps us compete with the clickbaiters and the corporation channels. So if you enjoy to get your news in this independent form, then show your support by dropping a cheeky little like. You know it makes sense. Also, if it's your first time around here, smash that subscribe for the latest updates. Okay, so let's just have a look at some of this stuff then. Oh dear. So they regularly take sums of money out of the football club. Last month, it had been confirmed that the debt had risen to, in excess of 500 million. Some reports vary. Some say 550. Some say just under 500. But there are reports that say around about approximately 500 million that this football club is in debt. In their latest financial account, it was about 500 million, an increase of 11.8% from last year. So it went up 50 million. It went up 50 million to about 500 million. Sorry, yeah. So when I said 550, I was incorrect. It's around about 500, and it went up 50 million in the last year. So it's, there's people slamming the Glazers left, right, and centre for their actions. I mean, even people like, ex-Reds, a lot of ex-Reds are coming out and saying things such as Gary Neville. Obviously, he's been very vocal, as we've discussed. This is what United chairman Joel Glazer had said during a fans forum in last June. He said, I know this is a subject that a lot of people have a different lot of views on, but when we take things and look at things as a whole, we think that Manchester United is a very well-run club, and we think clubs throughout football could take a look at us, and there's a lot of good to be seen when it comes to some of these things that are controversial. We're able to spend with top clubs throughout Europe, whether it's wages or transfer fees. We've been able to keep our ticket prices low. We've not increased them in over 10 years. We're able to pay a dividend, but it's a modest proportion of our 500 to 600 million pounds of revenue. It's less than 3% of that. We don't care if it's fucking 0.1% of it. The point is, this is not a year or a time to be taking fucking dividends out of the football club. There's a time for it. If you're in a successful period, if you've had a lot of profit, a lot of, commercial success. I mean, have you listened to what this fucking twat said, mate? He says it's a modest proportion of our 500 to 600 million pounds of revenue they make every single fucking year, right? Okay, then why the fuck are we still 500 million quid in debt then, you absolute toss stain? You know what I mean? This is what we're dealing with. He says we're able to do all these things, and that's for me to that's the sign of a well-run club. It has never stood in the way of us pursuing players or transfers on the pitch. What about this transfer window so far? We finished 6th, so no bastard wants to come to us because of your piss poor ownership, leadership, management of this football club, you fucking scumbag. We may have walked away from transfers at times because the other side wanted an outlandish number. And while it's easy to pay it that one time, it does have consequences. You do it once and the next person expects it. And then the next person expects it. And that's not good, ultimately, for the club. That makes no sense. We signed Sancho for 73 million. You signed Ronaldo for 13 million. You signed Varane for 45 million. A bargain price for a player like that. It's bullshit. You pay what you can. You pay as low as you can for each individual deal. This guy's just a bullshit artist, isn't he? Clearly, anyway. He says, so we think we're able to accomplish all these things and still have a very, very successful club and invest and do everything that is necessary for a club of our stature. Okay, well, let's just kick things off with what's necessary for the club of our stature, right? Okay, not to be in 500 million of debt. Get rid of the fucking debt then. To have a state-of-the-art stadium and facilities. We're lagging behind, mate. We're lagging behind big time behind the most state-of-the-art facilities there are now in the Premier League. Big time. Let's get some actual football people in the hot spots, in the departments behind the scenes, rather than a bunch of wanky fucking bankers. Okay? Let's sign some players. Let's actually be able to convince Christian Eriksen on a free transfer to choose us over fucking Brentford then. If it's really we're a sign of a successful club, if we really can run this club well, if they really are going to be the owners that are going to bring about success, then show us. They won't though. They'll sooner sell. They will sell before they do any of that stuff that I've just said there. They won't clear the debt off this football club, guys. And they probably won't even do anything much with the stadium. Yeah, they're talking about, they're drawing up plans. Yeah, they want everybody to know for the PR that there are being things worked on. But they don't really truly give a toss. This is all just for show. It's just for the shop window. We know they're not going to spend the true money it would take in order to get everything up to scratch at the football club. So they think they're doing a fantastic job. As I just read the quotes there, from Joel Glazer as he attended his fans forum last June. As I just read those quotes there, this is the sort of mentality that these people have, guys, and they think they're doing a good job. they obviously don't even care if they're not doing a good job, I don't think, really, as long as it's still a profitable situation for them. As long as they can still milk the money for a huge, milk the money out of this football club for however long, they'll continue to do it. When this club becomes a lot less profitable for them, which it will do because of their shit management and taking us down and just sinking us down in the league, because of that, and also with fans getting the backlash and giving the backlash to the Glazers and fans refusing to buy merchandise, subscriptions, MUTV, attend games as much because of the Glazers' out-whole philosophy, then of course it is going to hurt them a little bit. And if the fan supporters groups do continue to make it difficult for sponsors, and if you speak with your feet and speak with your wallet and don't use DHL to deliver your fucking courier package, and don't use, Nissin noodles, and don't use fucking, whatever. There's so many different, don't use TeamViewer. You wouldn't use TeamViewer anyway. You're not a fucking scammer, are you? You know what I mean? That's another thing. Don't even get me started about that. They literally just got a sponsor that is known around the world to be used by scammers to access your account to hack you. That's the only thing I know TeamViewer is used for. I guess people use it to spy on their staff while they're working. Of course they do. But it's also used predominantly by fucking scammers, mate. And that's the sort of sponsor we've got. Nice one. They wouldn't give a toss, to be honest with you, who our sponsor was if they made the most money out of it. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me next year if we're sponsored by fucking Putin, to be honest, with these tossers at this football club. Which way they can get the money. So, anyway, these guys are parasites. These guys are a cancer. These guys need to get out of this football club. They need to sell this club. They're taking 11 million quid out today, guys, in dividends paid to shareholders. It's not a good time for Manchester United. We shouldn't be taking out money. We should be reinvesting it. We haven't even signed a player yet. Maybe if we'd finished first or had a couple of trophies, had some success. Maybe if we'd signed a bunch of good players here and were in a good position to be excited for the season, then this would not be terrible timing. But as it is, it's fucking terrible time. They always take these dividends out every 6 months, guys. This is it. This is how they roll. But it's terrible timing for them to do it right now. It's a symbolism of their terrible ownership and their lack of ambition. So I just wanted to talk about it because it's an absolute disgrace. And as I said, around about a reported, alleged 1 billion is what they've siphoned out of this football club in the 17 years that they've had it. They might have spent money on players, but that's just the face of it. They've also recouped a lot from player sales. And it's just really all for show. So I'm disgusted. Let's get them out, guys. Hopefully we can get a new owner in at some point in the next few years, because I truly believe this football club will never get better. We will never get back to the point that we were pre-Glazers or when Sir Alex Ferguson was here until we get the right ownership of this football club, because they're unambitious, guys. And it doesn't matter how good of a coach you've got if all the people behind the scenes are not there pulling in the same direction, trying to make the football the best it can be. If they're just trying to make the finances the best they can be, then they don't have both their eyes on the actual game at hand, which is to make this football club as good as it can be. And unfortunately, we know we've got a lot of wanky people behind the scenes there. I mean, yes, they got rid of Ed Wood, but that's just a symbolic sacking, he's left symbolically there, really, amid a time of absolute hostile, backlash. That's what's been announced. He's gone because, that's it. It's not worth the hassle for him anymore. He's milked us dry. He's done his job for the Glazers. Now let's get a new face. I honestly do believe that. Listen, I know, Arnold, and I know things are looking he's more open, and he seems, but it's just more PR guff, mate. It's more bullshit. And I don't care who's in charge. It's just puppetry. They're pulling the strings. They're the puppet masters, and they're pulling the strings. So it doesn't matter who's in charge, to be honest, unless it's actual football people that we know and recognize that love Man United. I have very dubious outlook towards all the staff that we've got behind the scenes there, guys. I think it's more Glazers shithousery and more PR rubbish, what they've done recently, restructuring things behind the scenes. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we do have some really good people in there who can do their jobs well this time, because this club's been just going in a downward spiral for many years now. Let's get into the live chat then, folks, and see what you legends have got to say for yourselves about this whole Glazer stuff. We have got some more Man United news, and we will get into it. We will get into the Man United news very, very soon, of course. Hey, shit, Rage Call of Duty has become a member of the channel and I missed it. So sorry, bro. Rage Call of Duty, mate. Can we all get a big highlighted member comment in there? No, sorry. Can you get your favorite channel member emoji in there for Rage Call of Duty, please, for becoming a member of the Bacon Brigade? I appreciate you a lot, dude. Thank you so much for supporting this show. Get in there, you handsome bastard. Nice one. Nice one as well. Everybody's in here. We've got 365 people. Drop a subscribe. Drop that like. Have your say now. I'm just going to dip into the chat for a few minutes. See what you guys are saying about the Glazers and what your thoughts are on the current situation. I would call it a pandemic. I would call it a fucking pandemic at United. It's not coronavirus, it's fucking Glazeritis. We've got a pandemic of shite at the top, which has diseased the whole club from the top down, made it rotten, infected the whole club because of the lack of ambition. We've got fucking Glazeritis at the club, and we need to have a Glazerectomy and get these twats out. What is dividends, pig? So dividends is basically it's when profit from from a corporation or a company where there's shareholders is it's basically when the profits are shared in a dividend, and so a share of the profits are divided out amongst the shareholders. That's essentially what a dividend is. But the key word here is profits, and okay, maybe Man United, like we've just established, they might make hundreds of millions a year. But symbolically, we're not in a profitable place. We're not doing well. We know that the debt's gone up. So they might have restructured things a little bit. So it seems like we've still made a decent profit and all that kind of thing. But the debt's gone up. So how's the debt gone up then if we've had such a good year? Also, how are we taking money out when we should be reinvesting into the football club, retaining that money within the football club instead of spending it or taking it out of the football club to line the Glazers' pockets when we need players? I don't understand it at all. Thank you, Rage Call of Duty. I appreciate that, dude. 0793 says, I don't think Arnold helped in that pub episode, to be honest. He made it clear you have big money to spend. Ajax and others would have seen that. Yeah, he's like, we got 200 million to spend, bro. Come on. I mean, I know maybe it's a little bit more open and refreshing to see somebody speak like that, but he's only gone and met them at the pub because they were going to go and protest out his bloody house. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. And also, it's just Glazer PR guff, isn't it, guys, if you ask me? Let's go and get a representative down there and speak to the fans. But, really, let's see the proof in the pudding. He said there's players there that we'll be bringing in. He said there's money available, but we haven't actually seen any movement for them yet. It's all just words and bullshit. Robin's been a member for 3 months of the channel. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Can we get a hashtag 3 months in there for this 3-month channel member, Don? He says, bonjour, lads and lasses. Great to see you, Robin. How are you getting on, lad? How are you doing? Roxanne's become a member of the channel as well. Roxanne, you don't have to pull on that red light. Just like the Glazers don't have to fucking put this stranglehold on Manchester United and milk us for everything we have. Just like they don't have to do it. Roxanne, how you doing? I hope you're good. Thank you very much for becoming a member of this channel, by the way. Let's get a channel member emoji of your choosing in there, all the channel members. For Roxanne, who's become a member of the channel, thank you so much. Right, okay. So, yes, we've got to get into... So let's just see what you guys are saying about Glazers real quick. Thanks, bro. It wasn't because he wanted to. He had to, says 0793. Rushy says, welcome to all the new members. Yeah, lots of new members coming in. Good to see you all. Thanks for supporting the show. Amida Red, what's going on, bro? You reckon your club Middlesbrough are going to have a better season than United, says Ethan. Dude, well, comparatively, for your standards, for what you have, I don't see how you could probably do worse. Thank you, Eunice Akram. Glazers out. Let's get those Glazers outs in there and the green and gold emojis in there. Green and gold until the club is sold. LUHG. Love United. Hate Glazers. Glazers sell United. Rage Call of Duty says rage quit. Alan Harris, what's good, my friend? So many legends getting in here today. It's unreal. Okay, Fat Chinese Gamer says, I have a question. Where do football clubs get most of their money from? Some say it's not from selling tickets or selling shirts. What do you think, Piggy? Okay, well, I'm no expert on this, but my personal opinion is that back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, you probably did make most of your money from match day revenue, from ticket sales and from merch sales and from sponsorships, of course, from sponsors, team sponsors, shirt sponsors, that kind of thing. Now I believe that the largest amount of money comes into Manchester United from commercial revenue, things like sponsorship deals, but also the TV rights as well that everybody has. I think every team in the Premier League just gets given 100 million at the start of every single campaign, don't they? So obviously the TV rights is a big income for them, and also the sponsorships and commercial revenue is the main things. I think, the match day revenue is big. I mean, for a club like Manchester United, you're making a few million each match day. You really are. Think about it. You're making a few million each match day. So it is big money still. It's still significantly huge money that they're making. But, you know, I think the majority of it is not from match day sales anymore. Absolutely not. Thank you so much for that. But Sub2 Flying Pig United's got a 5 Aussie dollars super chat in here, lad. He says, Glazers going to ask Ten Hag if their 16-year-old nephew can have a run in the first team. This year, Glazers left wing, number 11. Oh, dude. Don't even get me started, mate. I could imagine them. I could see them doing some horrible stuff like that. A nice one, Deborah Taylor. Caught your dad singing Roxanne decades ago. Roxsalmon. Anyway, yeah, sponsorships these days, says Tad Bakes. Absolutely. Every EFL club will get a big share of money. Harjiv says every big EPL match is roughly worth 104 million. So basically what happens is that's why you see a bit more of a level playing field these days, and it being harder for a club like Manchester United to actually be able to entice players to come to us. It's not just the fact that we are not actually as appealing to play for anymore as we used to be. We're nowhere near what we used to be in terms of being an attractive place to play football. But it's also just down to the fact that it's a level playing field. All the clubs in the league have a big amount of money now because of the TV deal being split evenly amongst everybody. So, yeah, I think that it makes it a more competitive league. It makes it more interesting. But as far as like United being able to just go and get the best player out of, you know, a lower team every single season, I think those days are gone, because these clubs now want big money to be compensated for them, because they don't have to sell, because everybody's financially doing really well in the Premier League. When you're in the Premier League, you get a lot of money. And so as long as you don't mismanage the club in a terrible fashion, you should be okay. So that's why nobody wants to sell anyone. That's why West Ham want 100 odd million for Declan Rice. That's why we had to pay 80 million for a human fridge, Slappy Maguire, because nobody has to sell anybody anymore. So United don't really have a monopoly like we used to. It's a much more level playing field. And then you add in the facts that there's Chelsea and then teams like Man City who've had sugar daddy owners over the years. That obviously makes it much more difficult too. So yeah, United, it's just not in a very good position right now. We know why. It's the only reason, guys, is because, yeah, okay, you can say the players have been shite in the last few years, and that's absolutely true. And you can say the managers have not done that great. You know, really, if all of the managers who have been here have actually been given what they needed, if Jose had got that centre back when he needed it, who knows? Maybe he'd have been happy. Maybe they continued. Maybe they'd have built that season. If Ollie had been given that central defensive midfielder that he desperately needed in the summer window, or, you know, maybe we'd have seen a different outcome. So what it really comes down is to the fact that the Glazers are the problem. Alan says United have taken way too long to start buying players. Teams go on pre-season tour soon. Yeah, we got first game against Liverpool in Bangkok on the 12th of July, pal. Fucking hell, lad. It's unbelievable, isn't it? At this stage, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna be scouting, and we're gonna get one of those fucking ping pong ball ladies as our fucking new left back or something, mate. You know what I mean? It's fucking ridiculous. By the way, I've seen your skills with that ping pong over there, love. Any chance you can handle a football? You know what I'm saying? It's like their recruitment is gonna have to happen pretty quick. That's all I'm saying, and it's gonna have to be a rush. So it's very frustrating. We know they're working on deals, right, guys, which we're going to get into in a moment. I just want to cover this Glazers out shite and then move on. But so thank you for subscribing there, Kevin Kilban. Appreciate you there, bro. Do what Kevin Kilban's done if you're new, everyone. Hit that subscribe up. You know it makes sense. We're on here every day giving you the latest United updates. We'll cover the latest news later with the latest transfer news, and also give you all the latest goings on at the football club throughout the whole summer window. So make sure you are subscribed and click the little bell. And also you might as well smash that like button while you're here as well. See if we can get 200 likes on the stream. Like spike. Nice one. Right. Okay, I'm going to get into some transfer stuff. We'll get back onto the Glazers. We always have a big Q&A at the end of these streams, guys. So stick around to the end. We'll have a big Q&A and we can talk more about the Glazer shithouses then. But for now, I just want to talk about a few little pressing matters to do with United and transfers. We're not making any transfers, are we? We haven't signed anybody yet. It's absolutely pathetic. I mean, we've pretty much got confirmation, really, that Dean Henderson is going to go and join Nottingham Forest. That's like the biggest transfer news we've had all summer long, guys. It's absolutely pathetic. We haven't done anything yet. Okay, we got an offer on the table for Ericsson. He's perhaps deciding between a few clubs at the moment. Well, hopefully he just chooses us. But if he doesn't, we're in an absolutely even more dire situation. We know that Frankie de Jong deal is going to take some time. It has taken some time. We're expected that we're going to be making another bid soon. But we've been expecting that for a long time now, and we haven't done. It's not materialized. It's just more pathetic recruitment from our team here, not able to get these players in early. And yeah, okay, we might well be waiting for Frankie de Jong before we go and sign other players. But if we're not careful, we're not going to get the players we need before the preseason tour. Ten Hag, this is not an if and but maybe situation. What this is a must. Ten Hag must have these players in before he goes away on tour with Manchester United so he can work with them. If they have to come in when United have finished the tour or when the season's already started or right near the end of the window, we're going to have a shit season, guys. We're going to have not as good as a start as we could have had. We'll be ill-prepared. PPP. Piss poor planning. Piss poor performance. If you don't get them in there and get them working and knowing and understanding each other and get them settled and get them working a new Ten Hag system and allow Ten Hag to choose and decide who is the best options for him going into the start of the campaign in the Premier League. Who is going to be my left back? Is it going to be this guy? Is it going to be that guy? Is it going to be one of the new guys? You know, this is what you have to think about. Who's going to be playing my central midfield on opening day of the Premier League? This is what we need to find out over the course of these 5 or 6 games in pre-season. And if the players aren't there to work in the team and show what they can do and also have any sort of understanding with the tactics and the new system that Ten Hag's trying to implement, then they're just going to do shit when they arrive, aren't they? It's not like they're going to be prepared to go in and slot in to this new Ten Hag style, I don't think. I think he needs to have the preseason to work with them. It's obvious, guys. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you agree. We have to get all of these players in before preseason, otherwise what's the point? Like, it's such a way to ill-prepare for the season. If you could just simply get them all in. Antony, we're not talking about major signings here. We're just talking about getting a few of these players in that we've discussed that we need. A new defender. So we get a new defender in, whether it's Pau Torres, whether it's, Timber, whether it's Martinez. It doesn't just add defender. You get a midfielder in, De Jong, get him in. You get a winger in, Antony, get him in. And then another player like Christian Eriksen on a free, even if it's just those 4, which is totally in our realms of possibility and should be the bare minimum that we do. Absolutely the bare minimum. We should be getting 5, 6 players based on what's happened and who's gone. But anyway, you've got to do that, guys. Lots of ones coming in the live chat. You all agree. I know it's just a very, very ill-run club at the moment, mate. And if they don't get these guys in, it just goes to show you what poor planning they have for the season and lack of ambition they have. They're actually prepared, it seems at the moment anyway. Look, there's still 2 weeks or so, a few weeks before we go on tour. But unless they do get 3 or 4 players in by then, it just goes to show you that they are prepared to let Ten Hag start with not the best possible start he can have. He needs to have the best possible start he can have, which means he needs his players in. Okay, so just want to talk about some news we've got coming out now, folks. So Mason Greenwood, guys. Mason Greenwood, some news has come out about Greenwood during the show. And we've got a statement from Greater Manchester Police here. I'll just get it up on the screen for you folks, actually, just so you can see what's going on. But there is some more Greenwood news, guys. It's, there's not... It's not good news, but let's read it. I'll just get it up for you guys 2 seconds. Okay, so this is it. Statement, Samuel Luckhurst tweeted out, says, statement from Greater Manchester Police. Following a hearing yesterday, which is Thursday the 23rd of June, a 20-year-old man arrested on suspicion of rape, assault, and making threats to kill on Sunday the 30th of January 22 remains on bail. We've also got a bit more of a further update here. Let's have another look. So it says, we've got another report here that says, as the outcome of bail reviews does not impact the progression of investigations, Greater Manchester Police will not be providing any further updates in relation to this case until the suspect is charged or released facing no further action. So essentially, I think what this means, guys, is they've essentially extended the bail, right? He remains on bail. That's what it says. So I think they've had a hearing. They had a hearing yesterday, and they have extended the bail. I believe that's what this says. It just says this. Greater Manchester Police statement on Mason Greenwood. Following a hearing yesterday, a 20-year-old man arrested on suspicion of rape, assault, and making threats to kill on Sunday the 30th of January 2022 remains on bail. In fact, I'll get this update up on the screen because it's just a little bit easier to see the whole statement. So you guys can give it a read if you want to just see what's going on. But pretty much all it says is that he's still on bail. So they've had a hearing, and it doesn't say whether there's any indication as to whether or not he will be charged or if he will be released, facing no further investigation. Right now, he remains on bail. So that's the latest update for Mason. It seems like, yes, they have had a hearing. They're obviously further investigating it, I suppose. So I don't know if this means they've extended bail or if it's just part of the process anyway, because I'm no expert on this kind of thing. But there you go. Thank you, Deanne Budia, for subscribing to the channel. Nice one, Deanne. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. If you're new, make sure you do drop a like and subscribe like that legend. Yeah, just like what happened with Mendy, says Mark Wallace. Alan says, how can this Greenwood case have gone on so long now? Well, it is quite complicated, isn't it? It is quite complicated. You're talking about proving or disproving whether or not somebody's actually done some of these alleged crimes. However, you know, at this stage, that's not what it's about. This isn't a trial at this stage. This is just what's happened is they've been investigating. So he's been out on bail, essentially. So he's on bail pending this investigation. And they've obviously investigating and they need to decide. So it says he's on bail and they need to decide whether or not he will be charged. So if they've got enough of a case, I suppose. So it's all about what you can prove as well. If they've got enough of a case, I guess, or, you know, and also there's a victim in this, right? And I guess the victims, I mean, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I'm not too sure if it's like a civil or a criminal thing here, but I'm pretty sure if a victim didn't want to press charges or you know, I don't know. I don't know with a crime this severe, to be honest. I'm pretty sure not. I think the criminal proceedings would, if there was a case for it anyway, I'm pretty sure that they would press ahead with it. So we don't know what that is, though, guys, at the moment. We don't know whether or not he will be charged or whether or not he will be released. So that's what the situation is. He's still on bail, and there'll be more investigations going on until, I suppose, we know about, you know, a trial date, perhaps, or if they do announce that, you know, that's it, he's been cleared. If he's been cleared, then obviously there will be no trial date. But if they do decide to charge him, then he will have a trial date and things like that, guys. So, regardless, I think for Mason Greenwood at Manchester United, it basically means it's very unlikely this guy's ever playing for Manchester United again, folks. We've talked about it before, but just to go over it again while this has come out, I don't think he'll play for us again, folks. Even if he's cleared, even if he's found innocent, and you can say that's wrong or right or whatever, but I personally just don't see it's a PR nightmare, guys. I mean, that audio recording alone, if verified to be Mason, is pretty disgusting in itself. So, you know, just from that point of view, from a PR point of view for the club, it's a nightmare. I don't think we can do it. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with the Glazers being true shithouses, though, and just looking at things from financial asset point of view for them to actually try and sell him or try and bring him back to sell him or try and just bring him back. It wouldn't surprise me. But either way, I'm just saying, I don't think he plays for Man United again. Let's ask the live chat, though. Let's ask the live chat. Does he play for Man United again, ever? Yes or no? What do you think, guys? Does he ever play for Manchester United again? Mason Greenwood, let us know your thoughts and opinions. I don't see how he can. I mean, you know, I do believe in innocent until proven guilty, but with most cases like this, there's not really evidence that gets shown in the public domain really beforehand. Sometimes with recordings and things like this, video evidence and stuff. But, you know, there has been a leak here. There's been a leak of info. And because of that leak of info, it just paints a very nasty picture. So it's a difficult one. I do believe in innocent until proven guilty, but I just don't think, because of the public relations point of view, that he will ever play for us again. Let's have a look at the chat. Yes, says Brady. No, says Jamzam. No, says Kent Nyquist and Ruble 2009. No chance, says Amita. No, says Mark Wallace. Yes, says Brady. No, says Nas. No, says James. It's a maybe from me, says Malps. He's done, says Steve Hall. Oh, says I can't see it. Fair play to you, Philip Chapman. He says innocent until proven guilty. Fair enough. No, fair enough. I'll go with that as well, right? But it's kind of like, listen, even if he is found innocent, right? Even if he is found innocent, it's so difficult. It's so difficult to say that he should play for Manchester United again, even if because of, well, this isn't a straightforward cut and dry case like this where you know, like with Mendy or Bissouma or some of these guys, or, you know, let's face it, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo was once alleged to have raped someone in Las Vegas, right? Obviously, it turned out that that was not the case, and it was a bullshit allegation, right? So I understand. So but what I'm saying is, there was no audio clip that came out with those things. It just makes it a little bit more of a tricky situation. Anyway, all I'm saying is, It's very unlikely he plays for Manchester United. I wouldn't rule it out with the Glazers shithouses. But in regards to where he could end up, it's probably abroad. Yeah, he could still have a football career. I still think he will play, somewhere he could quite easily get. I don't know. He could go anywhere. He could go anywhere where they would have him. And he's a very talented player. I mean, this is the worst thing about Mason Greenwood, really. It's like just such a massive waste. This whole situation is such a massive waste. Obviously, the worst thing is that there's been an potential alleged crime. That's the worst thing. But you know what I mean? Like, the worst thing is, like, he had the future ahead of him. He had everything. He had the qualities, the skills. He's getting all the game time at Manchester United as a 19-year-old lad. He's got left foot, right foot, scoring goals. Literally everybody's calling him Star Boy, and he's destined for greatness. I said it a couple of years ago. I honestly did believe that one day he'd go on and win the Ballon d'Or. That's how good of a player I think he is. But we're never going to see that Mason Greenwood now at Manchester United, I don't think. Maybe in some alternate reality that's what's going to happen, but right now with what's gone on, I just don't think we're ever going to see that Mason Greenwood at United ever again. Yeah, Mark Harris, he's still getting paid by the football club, absolutely. So he's the current situation with Man United, unless they've given us an update since, which I don't think they would have, and I'm pretty sure their stance would have not changed. They've already had to sort of release an update a couple of times in the last few weeks just to say, like nothing's changed. But he is suspended. He is suspended by the football club. We know that. There's this investigation going on. They're not making any key decisions until they find out whether or not he is innocent. I mean, if he's proven to be innocent, let's just look at it from this point of view, right, guys? Okay, this is it's a very tricky subject to talk about, but no, I'm not suggesting anybody's lied or that anybody's fabricated any audio foot clips or anything. No, of course, that's not what I'm saying. But I would be a fool to say that that's never happened, right? And I do believe in innocent until proven guilty. And so from that point of view, you do have to, of course, let justice prevail. You have to let the system prevail. And if Mason Greenwood is completely cleared of all these things, then I guess you could see him play for Man United again, in all fairness. If he's completely cleared and it turns out that there's been fabrications and lies and who knows, I'm not saying that's the case. I mean, people have heard an audio clip and made their own minds up from that, it seems. But that's only one piece of it, right? So anyway, I'm not trying to justify anything at all. I'm just saying that I believe if he was found innocent, by the courts or if the charges were dropped, I think he would play for us again because of the Glazers shithouses not wanting to lose their asset. What do you think, guys? Let's have a little vote on that. So if he's found to be innocent and charges are dropped, do you think he'll play for United again then? So right now, we don't know whether or not he's going to be tried or if he's going to actually be charged or if he's going to have a trial. And if it also, we don't know if that trial would then lead to a guilty verdict or an innocent verdict, right? We don't actually know that yet. So it's quite hard to say whether or not he would definitely play for us or not again. But I'm just saying, if he was found to be innocent, do you think he would play for us? He will. Hey, Lily Gamer, she says yes. Yes, says Jeanette Pugh. Need to let the courts handle it. Exactly, Lord Repton. Not a chance, says Brett. No, says Amita Red. Yes, says Keep Career. Guilty in the bin, says Stephen. Yes, says Viraj. No, it's Brand FC, says Ben. Very good, very interesting. Jim says, I strongly, kindly disagree with you, Pig. The evidence is so damning, says Jim Watkins. Hey, fair play. I agree with you. The evidence is damning. But listen, has there ever been a case where things have been fabricated? Yes. So therefore, you have to do thorough investigations. And I'm not saying that has been fabricated at all. Don't get me wrong, folks. But you have to do thorough investigations. Of course you do. And just because there is an audio clip being released doesn't necessarily tell the whole story. Hey, look, you don't know what's gone on, guys. Don't pretend like you do. And I'm not trying to defend Mason. I think if what he's done is true, then he's an absolute abhorrent individual and is disgusting and deserves to never play for United again. He should be locked up for a long time. Honestly, to believe that. It's a disgrace. But, you don't know. I don't know. You don't know what's gone on. Maybe they're reading through a fucking play. Maybe they're reading through a fucking play and the audio's recorded. I don't know. Do you know? Do you know? Do you actually 100% know? Do you know, though? Do you know 100% though? That's all I'm saying. It's also it's not what you even know. It's what you can prove, lad. So we just have to let the courts figure it out, I suppose, and let the police figure it out. But anyway, that is some news that's come out today, guys. Greater Manchester Police released a statement on Mason Greenwood following a hearing yesterday. 20-year-old man arrested on suspicion of rape, assault, and making threats to kill on Sunday the 30th of Jan 2022 remains on bail. As the outcome of bail reviews does not impact the progression of investigations, Greater Manchester Police will not be provided any further updates in relation to this case until the suspect is charged or released, facing no further action. So there you go, guys. There's the latest on Mason. It's a little bit more of the same, really. They've had a hearing, though, and you know he is still on bail. Right, okay, let's just talk about some of the transfer news then quickly, guys. I can't really be bothered, to be honest. But let's just talk about it very quickly. Hopefully United really can get some business done. There's just a little bit that came out last night there from Fab in regards to the Antony situation. He just said, Antony's situation is, Manchester United are really interested and already had contacts to explore the potential deal. Not the only club, but with Ten Hag pushing. Been told the players' camp now is asking Ajax to listen to bids for Antony this summer, even if the price tag will be high. So hopefully it does seem like, you know, we could be making an offer for Antony very soon. We haven't done yet. There is no official bid or formal bid or anything. We've had contacts, though. It does say we've had contacts to explore a potential deal. It seems Ajax are looking for a lot of money from Man United for the player. Some reports say as high as 70 million euros. But even if it's 50 million euros, that's quite a lot of money considering all the players we need to sign. But I think a player we should definitely sign for 50 million euros if we can. Because of the Ten Hag link, he's only 22, Brazilian vibes, all the rest of it. It does seem like he's interested. If this report's true from Fab, you know, that it seems like his camp is told Ajax that, look, please accept offers if there's a good offer that comes in, because look, we're open to leaving basically if the price is right for a good team. So it does seem like that could happen. It's been talked about all summer long because of the Ten Hag link, him coming in and have that working relationship with him. And we do need another winger, especially with what's happened with Mason Greenwood, as we've just discussed. He was playing a good role for us on the right side last season. He probably would have gone on to be a striker for us this season, deputising for Ronaldo and scoring a lot of goals. As it is, he's not here. We need somebody that can chip in, assists, goals, and that sort of thing. If you look at Antony's record, he's done pretty well over the last couple of seasons in both those departments, scoring goals as well. So I do think he would be a good addition to our football club, guys. Smash a 1 if you agree. Smash a 2 if you don't want Antony and you think we should buy somebody else. And if so, who? But Antony could be, you know, a bid could be coming in for Antony soon. Thank you, Barker. He says, Flying Pig in over the Glazers. Mark Harris says, any De Jong news? Right, okay, well, I mean, so Manchester Evening News last night reported that Man United are set to submit an improved bid for Frankie de Jong to Barcelona. Lots of ones come to live chat. Everybody wants him. Apollo says, De Jong news upcoming, probably in September. Exactly, mate. No, look, MEN reported, you know, but this is just what everybody's reporting the last few days. It's all I can report too, because that's what it is, guys. That's the situation. United are set to submit an improved bid for De Jong. That's what we understand. We're about to make another offer, an improved bid. We haven't done yet, but we are about to. We're expected to. We're expected to make an improved bid. I mean, how slow can we be? Man, oh man, Slabby Maguire without he's unbelievable. Slabby Maguire without the fucking price tag we are, mate. Anyway, in terms of the transfer window, United set to submit improved bid for Frankie de Jong to Barcelona. Yeah, so we know we had a 60 million plus add-ons bid rejected previously. I think it was 60 million euros plus 10. We had that rejected previously. They were reportedly at the start of the window wanting around about 100 million euros for the guy. And then now they're understood to be holding out for 85 million euros for the guy. So we have to just meet them somewhere a little bit closer, 75 million euros, somewhere around there to get this guy done. They're believed to want a guaranteed 75 million euros with maybe another 10 million in add-ons. That's the sort of deal they're looking for. So let's have a vote. How much do you think Man United pay for him when we do eventually get him, which hopefully we do? Wouldn't it be so messed up though, guys? I could imagine a scenario. Wouldn't it be so messed up if we spend another week or so getting this done? We have an offer submitted for him. Barcelona accept it. And then it just falls down for some reason, like he decides, oh, he doesn't want to go and play for Man United in the Europa League. Wouldn't it be so that would be so Man United-esque if that happened to us right now. Hey, Mark Harris, thank you so much for another super chat now. He says, breaking news, signing De Jong, 2038, his son. Yeah, nice one, mate. Frankie De Jong's nipper probably signed for us before Frankie does. Good call, Mark Harris, lad. 2038. Yeah, good almighty. Zane in. Thank you, Mark Harris. Can we get a sue in there for this legend? Rush Mano says we've already got to the milestone of 204 likes. You what? You're a bunch of fucking legends, guys. Thank you, everyone, for dropping that like. Can we get 250? Do smash that like button on it if you haven't done. Also, hit the subscribe if you're new around here. Okay. Roxanne says hashtag Glazers out. Thank you to one of the latest members there, Roxanne, as well. Small man says too much. 70 says Nas. 100 says Mark. 40 says Nas. 80 says Kerry. 75 million pounds says Amida. 73 million pounds says Charlie. Yeah, I think you're probably onto something there. 70 million pounds. 70, I could see it for 70 to 75 million. I think we'll get bent over. And to me, that is getting bent over. 70 million pounds is getting bent over. But we need to pay the money now. Just do it. Get it done. Forget this nonsense. Move on. We actually need to get other players as well. So, yeah, we're going to get Jong. That's great. But we do actually need to get other players too. Right. So, yeah. So, just the news on that. We're expected to make a bid for Antony. We're expected to make another offer for Jong. But we haven't done so yet. Also, just a little bit of news. There were some bullshit reports coming out yesterday and stuff that Ronaldo was considering quitting Manchester United because of news that perhaps Bayern Munich would be interested in signing him. This is what I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, that if there was any club to take him, if he was going to leave Man United for anybody, it wouldn't be like somebody like Roma. It would be something like Bayern or Real or somebody like that who's really going to guarantee to sort of win something, who's in the Champions League, who's a top club. That's the sort of club he would go to and maybe have his head turned. But it seems like it's bullshit anyway, guys, to be fair, thankfully. I mean, we do have a bit of, info here. Christian Falk has tweeted this morning and just said that the rumours of an interest of FC Bayern in Cristiano Ronaldo are not true. So there was some reports that Bayern were looking to maybe go and get Cristiano because of the Lewandowski situation, replacing him for a season. It's a commercial signing. There's not really any drawbacks to signing Ronaldo, I think. Okay, he's on a lot of money every single week, but the commercial interest it brings you, it's all added value to the football club. You're going to make more money. You're going to have more eyes on your product. You're also going to just sell shirts and he's going to score goals. He's a great player still. So there is no drawbacks to signing Ronaldo at 37 years of age. And he's not going to cost a huge amount anyway because of his age. It wouldn't surprise me with the Glazers' shithousery if there was a decent offer that came in for Ronaldo, if they did cash in. Because they look at things like, well, he's 37, he's a diminishing asset. So it wouldn't surprise me if a decent offer came in. But I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I don't think it really makes a lot of sense. He's too valuable to Manchester United for us to let him go this season. We'd sooner rather see him go on a free. And even if he's unhappy and wants to leave for Bayern, say, and that is true, which it isn't, by the way, but let's just say that was true. We don't have to let him go. He's still contracted at Manchester United. And when that transfer window slams shut and he's still a United player, Ronaldo's still going to give you 110% out there on the pitch because it's a World Cup year for a start. And he's going to want to try and impress and be sharp for the World Cup. He's always going to give you 110% anyway. He's not going to strop around. He's going to want to add goals. So you just have to be firm on the Ronaldo deal. Be prepared to let him go for nothing in a year, which is always the plan anyway. Don't let him go to Bayern even if they offer you 30 mil. He's worth too much to Man United right now. Well, unless we've got other players coming in, which we haven't in the forward positions, he's going to be the man scoring all of our goals this season. So we absolutely have to keep Cristiano Ronaldo. So, yeah, I don't see any truth behind any of these talks about Ronaldo going elsewhere. He's too valuable to us. You'd have to be mental to let Ronaldo go right now in this team. He's the only reason we even finished 6th last season, really, him and De Gea. I mean, his goals were vital to us to stop us being absolute mid-table mediocrity. So, yeah, Ronaldo, nobody's got a problem with Ronaldo. Everybody wants Ronaldo at the top firing. It's just whether or not we can keep him fit. We need to add forwards to it, but we haven't done that, and so Ronaldo's not going anywhere. Ronaldo and De Jong with Bruno will be fire, says MUFC 100%. I hope you're right, but I hope we do get him in. Why is Maguire still at the club? Bin the bum or make him clean the crappers. Great shout, Mark Harris. I'm with you, dude. That's it. Let's get him on janitor duty. The most expensive, highest paid janitor in the history of the world. I just want to say thank you to these 4 new subscribers here. Mocha the Great Gang, thank you for subscribing. Venoms, thank you for hitting that subscribe button, my friend. And Ryan Stanton and Michael Duncan, thank you all for hitting the subscribe button, guys. I really appreciate you. If you guys are new to the channel, why is that not? Let me move that a little bit so your names can be seen. If you're new to the channel, do what those guys have done. You know it makes sense. We give you no bullshit news on this channel. There's a lot of bullshit clickbait and corporation guff out there, my friends. If you like the no-nonsense stuff, the straight to the point, you know, we only post when there's actual good and legit news type thing, then subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon. Right, okay, so the rumours with Cristiano Ronaldo to Bayern Munich are not true, and it seems like even if he did want to go, if I was Ronaldo, so I wouldn't begrudge Ronaldo wanting to leave right now. I just wouldn't. This is not what he signed up for, guys. He even said in an interview around Christmas time, whatever it was, that he's not come here to finish 6th. He's come here to challenge and win things. Think about what Ten Hag's first season is going to be, guys. It's going to be a rebuild situation. It's not going to be an imminent success, I don't think. We're not expected to topple City or Liverpool in the first season. Well, Ronaldo's only here for a year. So from his point of view, I would understand it if he's like got reservations about this now. He's the sort of guy, he wants to be playing in the Premier competition in Europe, which is the Champions League. He wants to add to his Champions League tally. He's not going to do that playing for Manchester United. He's the GOATest of all time in that competition. He's not going to add to his legacy for United this season in that competition, which for him must be very frustrating. I would be very frustrated if I was Ronaldo, because you've come here expecting at the minimum the Champions League football, you know, and you haven't got that. So I wouldn't really... He loves United. He's come back for a second time. He clearly likes United. But I wouldn't begrudge him if he felt like this is just not right for him right now, to be fair, because... God, he's such a goat. It just doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense him being shackled. Really. I really hope he wants to stay. It does seem like he wants to stay, but you just never know, guys. You just never know. Hey there, Solo. What's going on, Solo? Tamura in the house. Big up yourself, lad. How you getting on, dude? Thank you for getting in. Hope you're well. How are you, dude? What do you make of this cash transfer window so far? Whoever do you mean, says Holf. What defender would you sign, says Man United 100%. I like Pau Torres, personally. I do like Pau. I think him and Varane would be pretty awesome together. But, you know, can we do that? And that's if we get rid of the human slab as well. Mark says, Ronaldo will stay for the 500 grand a week as well. It ain't about the money for Ronaldo, though. It's not about money for Ronaldo. Ronaldo can go and play in China for 800 grand a week. He can go and play in the MLS for probably more money than what he's getting at United. It's not about the money. It's honestly not. Yeah, he's one of the best players in the world, and we're paying him a huge amount, and he's well paid. But it's not actually about the money for him. It's about the legacy. If it was about the money, he would have just gone to any old club that would have given him the most money. But he's actually come to United, which really at the moment is a bit of a challenge, isn't it? So I don't think it's about the money at all for Ronaldo. Yeah, he gets a shitload of money, but so he deserves it. Zayn Miyasi, here he is. Thank you so much for an $8.99 super chat. Zayn Miyasi, our resident Arsenal scummer, getting in here. He says, Jesus incoming. Then non-binary and transgender strippers and champagne have been pre-booked. He says the non-binary and transgender strippers and champagne have been pre-booked. Oh my goodness, Zayn Miyasi, lad. Well, each to their own, Zayn. Ronaldo should join us. We are challenging in 2 years. Zayn Miyasi, Jesus incoming. To be fair, if Arsenal are going to be challenging in 2 years, then you're going to need a little bit more than Gabriel Jesus, my friend. I think you're going to actually need the actual Jesus. I think you're going to actually need the actual Jesus, because he's going to have to come and turn water into wine over there at Arsenal, or fucking horse shite into fucking gold, because that is what you've got going there, man. And Gabriel Jesus is a 15-goal a season man, mate. He's fucking guff. Good luck with that guy. But I tell you what, he can't walk on water, mate. He's fucking shite. Anyway, dude. Anyway, hey, Mark Harris, thank you for another super chat. He says, Zayn, Arteta's cone boy. P45, Arteta in Drub Life. I'll tell you what, Zayn Miyasi's partying Raw tonight, though. Or very soon, anyway. He's partying. He's got a party on by the sound of it. Philip Chapman says, Arsenal need God, not Jesus. Roxanne says, I know he's a messiah. I followed a few, says Roxanne. Oh, dear. RD Chico, what's going on? He says, if it was about the money, Ronaldo will be in Saudi Arabia, China, or Qatar playing player, coach, captain. I agree. There's more. If it's just about the money, he would be going to do, think about what Carlos Tevez did, or what Oscar did, or, they go to China, they go to a league where they are getting paid a huge amount, but there's no legacy there. Nobody cares about it. Or Lionel Messi at PSG. That's another situation. That's another one as well. Because say we want about, okay, maybe Barca couldn't take him on, because there's some rules in La Liga that say you can't go 50% cut of their wages, some bullshit like that. But you know what? He didn't have to go and play for PSG, the team that could pay him the most money. He could have gone to play for someone else with a bit of legacy. Instead, he did choose to go and play in a farmers league for the most money possible. Money-grabbing bastard. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for subscribing there, BRZ. I appreciate you. And also Garnet Human. Thank you. And Akash Kapil as well. Welcome in the stream, guys. Okay, so just a couple more little things to discuss before I get into the Q&A. We're going to have a big Q&A at the end of the stream, so keep your thoughts and opinions coming. But so Cristiano Ronaldo set to stay. That's all bullshit, guys. Henderson is set for Nottingham Forest transfer as Man United target Daniel Bachmann from Watford. We're looking to bring in Watford keeper Daniel Bachmann. Imagine if that's our first fucking signing, guys, a backup goalie Daniel Bachmann. So, but Dean Henderson's going on a season-long loan to Nottingham Forest, it seems. He's currently on honeymoon. He's got married. Congratulations to Dean Henderson for getting married. He's on honeymoon. And he's due to have a medical when he returns back to complete the transfer. I think that goes for all of our players. All of our players seem like they're on honeymoon, don't they? They're all on honeymoon, all of our players. They didn't give a toss. They didn't get back, get some work done. But there you go. Newcastle were understood to be interested, but it's looked like he's going on loan to play week in, week out there at Nottingham Forest. So that should be a good move for him from his own point of view, because he's not getting game time at United. It is a World Cup year. Just maybe he could play himself into consideration for the Qatar World Cup. Rushy says we're only 14 likes away from 250. Nice one. Dude, Agrippa Chinhara, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Get in there, my son. Dude, thank you so much to Agrippa Chinhara. I really appreciate you, man. Legend. Let's go. Guys, can we all welcome Agrippa to the channel membership? He's become a member of the Bacon Brigade with your favorite Bacon Brigade emoji. And if you're not a member, get a piece of bacon and a live chat, my son. Thank you, Agrippa Chinhara, you legend, for becoming a member of the show. I really appreciate that. And another legend in here, Mr. Pogo Gamer. What's going on, bro? What's happening, my fellow Dons? Just the shithouse Glazers having an absolute stinker with this window again. Mark says Henderson on loan and then buy a keeper who the fuck is in charge. Look, Henderson. It's so bizarre, isn't it, Mark? Yeah, we can't sell players at United, mate. Nobody wants them. He's on 120k a week. That's why. It's big money for a keeper like that. Signed Ben Foster, says 0793. Hey, we could do a lot worse, couldn't we, mate? Good backup. Thank you, Agrippa Chinhara. He says, smash the like button. Thank you so much, Agrippa, for becoming a member there, dude. I really appreciate it, man. Do welcome him aboard the Bacon Express. Amita Red says, Pig v Goldbridge, no contest. Goldbridge is a fake wimp. Hey, well, you said it, Amita Red, but in all fairness, let's be honest. If me and Goldbridge were put into a room and one of us we had to fight to the death, who do you think's coming out? Anyway, I have to say, Roxanne, thank you so much for the $5 Aussie super chat there, my friend. Thank you, Roxanne. She says, did you know there were 15 commandments? Moses was drunk and dropped the other 5. I got a keg of water. Jesus can do a party trick on beers for everybody. Exactly. Keg of water, turn it into beers. I like your style. Roxanne, thank you so much for that one. Moses was drunk and dropped the other 5 commandments. One of them was thou shalt not get pissed out your head. Anyway. Oh dear. Nice one, Amir. Okay, anyway, right. Let's just get into the get into the rest of the stuff here. So there are some reports, guys, coming out. So it looks like Paul Pogba is, ready to join Juventus. That's all basically done, isn't it? That's it. That's all I'm saying about Paul Pogba. I'm not going to discuss it, really, apart from Fabrizio Romano did say Pogba to Juventus confirmed, and here we go. Full agreement now completed on a free transfer deal to be signed at the beginning of July. It's done and sealed. Pogba will be in Italy in 2 weeks. Juve sold him for 100 million euros 6 years ago, and now he's back for free. They've mugged us off there, haven't they? Pogba and Juve have mugged us off there big time. 6 years ago, they sold him for 100 million euros, and now they got him back for free. Just goes to show you how this football club is run. We should have sold Pogba some years ago, guys. I don't know why we didn't. He was crap. And there were clubs that were always constantly being linked. I guess nobody wanted him. But, for the money anyway. But we are just such a crap run club. This is another example of it. Just the fact that you would buy a player for 100 million euros. He's crap for 6 years. You don't sell him or cash in on him, and you just let him go for a free again. And that's the second time that's happened, by the way, with Paul Pogba. Just goes to show you what a shit-run club we are. But anyway, good riddance to bad news. Paul Pogba is now a Juve player, it seems. He's their problem now, guys. He's their problem now. He's not our problem anymore. Good riddance. Thank you so much for the super chat here, Danny Dobson. He says, hashtag Glazers out. Get in there, Danny, lad. Can we all just do us a favour there for Danny Robson and join in? Let's get a hashtag Glazers out, some green and gold emojis for Danny Robson there. Thank you very much. tossers, aren't they, mate? Thank you very much, bro, for your super chat there. Nice one. Agrippa says, who do you prefer to partner De Jong, Neves or Eriksen? Definitely Neves. Eriksen is not really the sort of player that's going to play deep in a two. I don't think so. I think he's more of a player advanced on the pitch. He can maybe play, where Bruno plays. He's not somebody that I really don't think he's going to be playing in the midfield too. That's not robust enough. If we had De Jong and Eriksen, that would be, they'd be passing it around the park for fun, but it's not robust enough. You need a bit more in there than that. So I don't like that. Anyway, so yeah, good riddance to Paul Pogba, guys. Also, there's just some report that's come out today. I don't know if it's probably some bullshit, to be honest, but it does say that Carrasco is being looked at the moment by Manchester United and also Spurs and Chelsea. So according to Spanish outlet AS, that's why I've talked about it at the end, because it's probably BS, guys. Also, a report from The Telegraph says that Lyon are leading the chase to sign Tyrell Malacia, and United are still interested but want to sign Frankie de Jong before moving on to other targets. Feyenoord are looking for 15 to 20 million euros, and he wants assurances of playing time and things like that as well. So it's just like what's happened is we're spending all summer long working on De Jong, it seems, and that is our number one priority before we move on to anything else. But if we're not careful, we're gonna actually lose out on a couple of other really important signings, I think. Well, we've got another couple of subscribers, guys. Thank you, Jonathan, for hitting that subscribe button, mate, and Danny Dobson as well, and George Greenwood. Thank you, guys, for hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, guys. Nice one. Yeah, do you know what, guys? Wow, we're only only 8 subscribers away from 58,300 subscribers. You guys are fucking awesome today. All the new guys, welcome in. Thank you for getting involved. We're only 8 subscribers away from 58,300. That's pretty awesome, guys. Nice one. Do keep hitting that subscribe. Help us get there. We're not almost at 60,000 now, which is pretty amazing. And Rushy says we've got 250 likes on the stream. Come on, baby, we did it. Break out the red panties. It's red panty night. I'm looking for a red panty night from United very soon. When is that red panty night? When is it? When are we going to have that awesome transfer window? We nearly did it last year, even though the season was shit. The window, if we'd have just gone and got that beastly CDM that we so desperately needed, it would have been a great window. And this year so far, it's looking terrible. We haven't got anybody good this window so far. We haven't got anybody bad either. We just haven't got anybody. Man United linked with a guy named Santa Claus. Okay, Rushy's just sent me a little bit of info through further on De Jong here. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so, yeah, there's some information that says, that it's looking quite positive that De Jong could come. And also George Mendes has signed up MUFC starlet Shola Shorature to his agency, which is quite interesting as well. Okay, nice one. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, guys. So I'm going to get into the live chat now. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Nearly 400 legends watching, and it's been a great show. Q&A time. Get your thoughts in about these Glazers, any transfers, any business like that. Yeah, Rushy says Zachariah up for sale at Juve. Dodged the bullet there then. Well, really did we? It was only 5 million euros. I mean, it was it's a bullet we should have taken, really. Taken the risk. Super. But yeah, I see he's been put up for sale at Juve again there. But, he was only 5 million euros. They're not going to get less than that for him, are they? They'll probably make a cheeky little bit, a couple of million profit on him because they signed him for free. Mark Harris, thank you for another super chat, mate. He says Benny Hill is sending used red panties by DHL. Drop in, mate. Thank you very much there, Mark Harris, for another one, lad. Don't use DHL, Benny Hill, man. Make sure you use Royal Mail or some other sponsor. No, some other company, instead of this ones that support Manchester United with money, because the Glazers shithouses has taken that money out of the club. Ordinarily, we'd say, hey, guys, go and buy a Hublot watch, go and use DHL, go and buy some Nissin noodles, go and buy a shitty fucking Chevrolet, go and use TeamViewer, go and fucking, get your insurance with fucking whoever. But right now, I think it's pretty clear that really those revenue sources that the Glazers have, they need to be curtailed a little bit, folks, in order to convince them to sell. So from that point of view, don't support their shithouse companies that have sponsored Man United, in all fairness. Yeah, Aidan McDonald, FIFA stream tonight, 100%, bro. Elvis incoming says Mark Wallace. Rushmano says Pogo. Yeah, Pogo. Amida Red. Winford Tripwine says, we let Pogba for free and bought 80 million for Maguire. It all says how bad the club is running. Rushmana says 261 likes. That's fucking awesome. Pogo says, Slabhead's brother Joe is available on a free. Goodness me. Well, maybe he'll sign for Mykonos FC or something, but he's not signing for us, man. Thank you, John Adair. Says, buy yourself a green and yellow tee from Primark. That's a good shout. Or you can buy one of my own pieces of merchandise here. One of my Glazers Out shithousery ones, guys. ER, check this out. Does this show up in the live chat? And I wonder if I can show you this. I've got a Glazers Out t-shirt somewhere. Where is it? ER, look at this, guys. Let me see if that pops up in the live chat. Hashtag Glazers Out. Don't support the Glazers, support me instead. There's your Glazers Out tea, guys, up in the live chat. Let me know if you can see that. Ben and Jerry's for Mrs. Pieces, Mark Wallace. Thank you, John Newman, for subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate you hitting that sub up, mate. Nice one. Thank you so much. Crafted Tunes Entertainment says Maguire will be the next Pogba who goes for free. SMH. Nice. Okay, so TikTok Campy says, hey Pig, how you doing? I'm doing good, thank you TikTok for asking, pal. How are you getting on? We've got a lot of legends in here, guys. I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes, so anything you want to say very quickly. I have been going for quite a while. Just realised we've actually almost gone for an hour and a half here. Crikey, time flies when you're hating on the Glazers or having fun. Glazers in tops as a meter red. I don't have any of those, mate, for Liverpool fans, though. Glazers are great at getting out the club. All the cash is insidious inflation. MUFC 100% says, what is your favourite moment been since being a United fan? I mean, the Solskjaer has won it. 99 Champions League final sticks out in my head, mate. The 2008 final against the Chelsea Scummers. John Terry slipping and crying and stuff. That was fucking awesome too. Yeah, one of those ones probably, mate, to be fair. One of those ones. Nice one. FIFA today? Yeah, definitely. So we're going to be doing a FIFA stream later on the gaming channel. If you're not subscribed to the gaming channel, it's called Flying Pig Gaming. We're doing FIFA there about 4:30 p.m. Also, if there's any transfer updates, guys, throughout the day, I'll jump on. And tonight, of course, if there's any transfer updates, I'll jump on and give you all the latest transfer news. But there's the latest on this Glazer shithouse, dividends and stuff. Mr. P should pay channel members dividends, says Philip Chapman. Interesting. Transfer window similar to when Jose was manager. No purchases at the start, then scramble right at the end. Yeah, Harjib. Or when David Moyes was here. You remember when we didn't sign anybody all summer? We just ended up getting Fellaini at the end. Hey there, Gungshi says, hi, Pig. Just noticed you're live. Welcome in, Don Gungshi. How you doing, sir? Great to see you. Love to the Hamada, he says. Hey there, Parallel Sons. He says, Ten Hag is going to be hacked off with everything that's happening with the scummy owners. Yep. Aiden says, 99 Ronaldo left winger out tonight, says Aiden. Did you watch Bruno Fernandes' video of him swearing at Fred and Tellez? I don't know if I have seen that one actually, Naz. Was he telling them, sort your fucking lives out, boys? 77 FA Cup final, stop the scum from winning a treble, says John Adair. Winford Trutwine says Glazers wanted to invest in the Indian Super League. Bit before my time, that one. Pogo Gamer. Piggy, what you think of Chelsea hijacking Antony from under our noses? I don't think it will happen, to be fair, Pogo. Who wants to go and play for those shithouses right now? Anyway. Worst ever signing for Manchester United, says MUFC. The worst ever signing for Man United? Well, it's got to be a toss-up between Harry Maguire, Paul Pogba, and Alexis Sanchez. Even though Alexis Sanchez was free, we paid him $500,000 a week, and he was literally awful. Even Paul Pogba looks really good as far as Man United career goes, especially stats-wise, compared to someone like Alexis Sanchez. So, yeah, I'd say one of those guys, though, just because of the amount of money. Maguire, Sanchez, Pogba, all those signings were terrible. Di Maria's another good one as well. Yes. What if we signed Jong and he gets ACL in the start of the season? Wow, that's terrible. That'd be awful, wouldn't it, Mr. Jack? Could you imagine? But that's always the risk with any player, though, really, isn't it? Sanchez was the worst, says Gungshi. I think so as well, just because... Well, yeah, I don't know, actually, because even though we're paying $500,000 a week, think how much we actually paid for Harry Maguire and how much we continue to pay him. I mean, I don't know. It's a toss-up, really. I think Maguire might be worse because we paid 80 for him. Sanchez was free, at least, but we did pay him a lot every week. Now, he was worse, I suppose, because at least Maguire's had, like, some good games for United, and he has played a lot for United, whereas Sanchez just gave up as soon as he came in. I think you're right. I think I'll go with Sanchez as the worst ever. Chiller Jones says, Pig, is Rafinha good enough for United? I actually really do rate Rafinha. I think he's a very tricky winger. I think he's a good player. Is he good enough for United? Yeah, I mean, in a squad capacity, he is. We need more. You know, Sancho's been brought in to be one of our main wingers, but from a squad capacity, he is, yeah. How are you feeling with just 7 weeks to go for the season? Not good, Amida, because we've got no players, mate. Agrippa says, Glazers are useless, paying dividends of 11 mil, not signing anyone. Fat Chinese Gamer says, glad Phil Jones isn't one of the worst players. No, he's not. I mean, he's actually won some pretty notable things at this football club, hasn't he? Let's be honest, he's won quite a lot at Manchester United, but yeah, last few years have been a nightmare for the guy. Jamzam says Maguire by far. Di Maria Snake Boy says Phil Berry. Maguire 5-year contract. Wow, says Mark Harris. Hey, G Wolf United, what's going on, bro? Lukaku was a shocking transfer, bro. Garnet Humans loving it. We employ Elanga for fuck's sake. Of course, Rafinha's good enough for United, says Jamzam. Do you not rate Elanga? I think Elanga's very good, mate. That's harsh on Elanga. Elanga's only 19, bro. He had a pretty impressive sort of first proper breakthrough season, I would say. With a bit more time, I think he could be good. He actually showed some class and glimpses of quality, mate. So I don't think that's a bit harsh, lad. Ralph going to Arsenal. Man, you could have got him, but Arsenal took him off, and you other clubs, says Kieran. Taibbi was the worst player I've seen, says Chief United. Bit harsh, mate. FCG says, I guess most people doesn't know. Letitia! Well, all United fans my age do know him, who Taibbi is. But no, he's not even as bad as those guys. How much did Massimo Taibbi cost Man United? Probably fuck all. You know, Maguire cost us 80 mil. Sanchez cost us $500,000 a week. Massimo Taibbi played like that one game against Southampton and then like maybe like 2 other appearances and probably cost about £12.50. So I don't think he really was. I don't think he was. We're not saying who's the worst player. We're just saying who's the worst signing. There is a difference. Elanga was a saver in so many matches, says Harjiv. Irfan Kadidi says, what is the transfer news? So really the transfer news is that we're expected to submit a bid for Antony very soon, but still no bid submitted yet. And also another bid to be submitted for De Jong. It's expected we're looking to get an agreement in place and basically wrap things up with the De Jong deal before we start doing other transfer dealings, which is a big shame. But we are still in the discussions phase, it seems, with our slow recruitment team. But they're expecting to make a bid for Antony. We've also got an offer on the table for Christian Eriksen, and we're expected to make another bid for De Jong. That's the latest. Depressing, isn't it? Dibentos, Obertan as well, says G-Wolf. Okay, so Glazers out, but everybody buying kits. Joke of a club, says Massive Team is knocked down. Yeah, you shouldn't be buying the kits, guys. I 100% wholeheartedly agree with that, man. I mean, you just shouldn't. You should not be supporting the Glazer shithousery, and if you can protest any which way you can, do it. Chelsea are interested in Delict, says Winford Trutwine. Yeah, I saw that as well. We should be interested in that guy. Earthane says Man United is for sale now. Oh, that would be the dream come true, bud. Well, it's always for sale. It's always for sale. If somebody wants to make the Glazers an offer, it's for sale, isn't it? How about Angel Di Maria? He was awful as well, Fat Chinese Gaming, I agree. Glazers must go, says Wuha. Don't mention Greece into it, pig, says Jim Watkins. Hey, Gary, attention seeker Lineker. He says, only solution to the Glazers dividends day is old cheeky whiskey and it's Friday high day. Fair play, Gary, lad. I'll be joining you, son. Roxanne, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Roxanne, you didn't have to send that big super chat. Thank you so much. Says, com 11 should thou... Commandment number 11. Thou shalt love United. Commandment number 12. Thou shalt not sign a slab. Commandment number 13. Thou shalt not like Liverpool FC. Commandment number 14. Thou shalt yell fuck the Glazers every Sunday at 11 a.m. Commandment 15. Thou shalt be a member of Flying Pigted. Moses was a Scouser. Oh my goodness. Roxanne, thank you so much for that one. That has made me chuckle. That is. Roxanne giving out 5 commandments to add to the 10. You know what I'm saying? My favourite one is, thou shalt yell, fuck the Glazers, every Sunday at 11 a.m. You know, that's what we should do. You remember when there was that coronavirus business going on, and they were doing that clap for the NHS thing, and people were going outside their house up and down the country, clapping for the NHS at a certain time of day every day? That's what we should do with the Glazers. Everyone should go out in their gardens or go out on their doorstep and just scream, "Fuck the Glazers!" every single day at a certain time until it echoes around the land. You know what I mean? Roxanne, thank you so much for your super chat. Can we get a Sue in there for Roxanne? That was a good one. Gungshi, thank you so much for the 670 NT super chat here as well, boss. He's getting roaring on it. He says, Pig, do you reckon Eric Ten Hag will keep Don Gurnleone, a.k.a. No Bones Jones, around? He looks like Prime Vidic next to Slabhead. Gongshi, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I mean, if he does keep him around, it will probably be no choice of his own. It'll just be because nobody wants him. That's honestly what I think. Anybody looks good next to Slabhead, though. You never know. I mean, from what I've heard, we are trying to offload Phil Jones. So there's a few defenders such as Eric Bailly, Twanzebe, and Phil Jones. So I think we are trying to offer around. The only problem is nobody really wants this guy, so we might get stuck with him again. But yeah, he's better than Maguire. I'd rather see him play than Maguire for Man United. Nice, 274 likes. Come on, let's go. Thank you, Rushmano. That's fucking badass. We got 274 likes. Nice one, everyone. Coco says, Kenya loves you. What time is it there, Big? Thank you, Coco. Shout out to Kenya, bud. And it is 12:58 p.m., so just about lunchtime here, bud. What about you there? Thank you so much. Yeah, Wiggy. Oh, Wiggy, good job. Good job, Wiggy lad. So if Tottenham gets Antony, how would you take it, says Chiller Jones? I don't know really, bro. I'd probably think, well, I'd probably just accept it because that's what Man United has become, unfortunately. We seem to lose players to other clubs. We didn't used to this capacity. But we don't have Champions League football right now. What can we expect? Big man, what's going on, Tonk Nash? How you doing, mate? Welcome in, you legend, as well. Nice one. Jamie Mackey, how's you today, dude? Yeah, definitely G-Wolf United came in. Guys, I'm going to have to wrap this video up because it's getting too long. It's literally gone over the length of a football match, and that's just an unreasonable amount of time. So I better leave it, even though I'm having a lot of fun with you legends, because I've got to get stuff set up for perhaps another afternoon video, and also a gaming channel video as well. If you're not following my gaming channel, guys, make sure you go over and subscribe to it. It's called Flying Pig Gaming. We'll be doing a stream there about 4:30 p.m. playing FIFA. Come and join us. Also, I might be back on in a couple of hours on this one before that stream, if anything breaks. But it probably won't. And secondly, tonight at 9 p.m, we should be back on for another United news video as well, giving you the latest update. Then we're doing the FIFA stream at about 11 p.m. tonight as well. So we've got a chock block ram-packed day for you legends on the channel and the other channel as well, Flying Pig Gaming. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for getting your thoughts and opinions in. I really appreciate you all. Come back after this video is finished and get your thoughts and opinions in the chat about anything we've discussed, the Glazers, what your thoughts and opinions are about the situation. Come back and let us know. Keep the Glazers out vibe going. You know, post it out on social media. Don't buy the Glazers merch. Don't give in to the shithouses. You know, don't line their coffers. Speak with your feet. Speak with your wallet. Speak with your mouth and your vocals and your social media presence. And speak and shout it as best you can, really, folks. That's all we can really do as fans, is to try and spread the awareness of we're not happy with their ownership and it's time for them to sell. That's really what we need to try and do, because things will not get better with these guys as our owners. Thank you, Fat Chinese Gaming, for getting in, bro. And Mr. Jack, Jeanette Pugh, Jim Watkins. The Fergie days were someone else, weren't they? MUFC 100%. Marky Wallace. Rushy says we hit 58.3k subs. Come on. Sue. Get in. Thank you, everyone, for hitting the subscribe. I really appreciate that. Amida Red as well. Have a wonderful day. Keep the red flag flying high. Thank you so much there, Amida. Peace out, Jeanette Pugh and Mark Oliver, Gungshi, Stephen Carr. He says, what a way to start day. Great stream. Thank you, Stephen, bro. Thank you to all the legends for chatting. Mark Oliver, you legend as well, man. 0793, thank you, dude. And G-Wolf United and STP Mitchell as well. Nice one, STP. Yeah, we'll be on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming, at 4:30 p.m, bro. So see you there. See you there, dudes. Yes, very slow MUFC 100%. Hopefully some big transfer news to report soon. But it's not looking good. But that's it for the news today, guys. Thank you for joining. That's my thoughts and opinions on the Glazers. If you missed the start of the stream, go back and watch it, because I talk about 40 minutes all about the Glazer shithouses. So please go and watch it if you haven't done, if you're just joining us. And just drop a like on this video before you go, if you haven't done. And hit the subscribe if you're new. We're on here every day giving you the United news. Also, smash the bell icon like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda, the bells, Esmeralda. And also, check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com. Follow us on social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and TikTok at Flying Pig United. And that's basically it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Neil Duffin, your legend. I hope you're well, bub, just before we wrap up here as well. Glazers nowhere for 16 years. Richard, oh, yeah, it's all a PR load of guff, isn't it, Neil Duffin, to be honest? It's a PR load of guff. Thank you. Big up yourself, United Forever. Hope you're good, though, Neil Duffin. Have a great day. And Marky Harris, thank you to all the super chatters, people like Gunshi, people like Roxanne, all the new members as well, people like Roxanne, people like Snipes, people like Rage, Call of Duty, and a whole bunch of other legends as well who I've forgotten already. But thank you to all the new members. Thank you to all the super chats. Thank you to all the chatters and everyone who's got in the chat and the community of legends here, aka the Bacon Brigade. All hail the mighty Hamada. Much love to the sausage soldiers. And we'll be back, just like Man United will be back, hopefully very soon, guys. Stay classy. Thanks for tuning in. That's it from me. Have a great day. Piggy loves you. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler. As this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Rain down those green and gold emojis. Hashtag Glazers out.